Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. I know, we're not at the regular studio. We're at Compound Media. Why? Because they don't lock the door. Or the liquor cabinet, excuse me. Tastes like a 4-0 week, people. So let's get right to it. We went 2-2 last week, but we're getting on track. We're going to finish strong and in the black. So let's start with the London game. Yeah, people, the Bengals are giving 3 to the Redskins in merry old England. Hey, here's just an FYI. This game is at 9 a.m. Eastern, so if you have players on either team, be sure to set your alarm for 8:30 so you can wake up early and kill yourself. I'm kidding, because actually A.J. Green once again, not Harambe, A.J. Green once again showed what an incredible receiver he was last week with that incredible Hail Mary TD pass reception at the end of the first half in the Cleveland game. But the Redskins, on the other hand, and Kirk Cousins, or Cousins, Ali, continue to be a fraud team that can only play well against the NFC East and against teams when they have nothing to lose. Well, guess what? They are not playing the NFC East, and Kirk Cousins has plenty to lose here because at 4-3, people are starting to see how mediocre Cousins can be and how he may not be the future of this team. Not to mention, I really believe the Bengals have the home field advantage in this one. They are the home team, but it's in London. But think about it. They're playing the Redskins from Washington, D.C., representing the nation's capital. You know, the nation that walked out on the British. And not only that, but these Yanks walk in wearing the image of the people they slaughtered and stole the country from on their helmet. Oh, the Brits hate bravado like that, which is why they will far more favor the Bengals of Cincinnati, who disguise themselves as tigers to hide behind the fact that they assassinated a gorilla. Dicks out for Cincy and lay the 3, people. Next, Seahawks are giving 2.5 to the Saints in New Orleans. Look, I'm sure the Catholic Church is thrilled with Russell Wilson and his wife Ciara, who after abstaining from sex before marriage announced just this week that they were pregnant with a child. But I still think that's hypocritical of the church, considering just days earlier, Wilson facilitated the abortion that was the Sunday night game. It ended in a 6-6 tie with 2 of the worst missed field goals in history, people. How annoying was that game to watch? Put it to you this way. By the time that disaster ended, Josh Brown was actually the 3rd most hated kicker in the NFL. Still, I cannot believe the Seahawks are only laying 2 and a hook because, yes, that was the 2nd time this season they failed to score a TD in a game. But the other time was against another great defense and another division rival in the Rams. Want to know what they did the 3 games in between against the Jets, Niners, and Falcons? Beat them soundly, averaging 30 points a game. And that is something the Hawks are sure to do this weekend as they face a Saints defense that has fewer stops than an express train and just as many failures on it. And believe it or not, the Saints actually rank 16th in defense. Why so high? Because when you're basically a Chargers collapse away from being 1-5, you're facing a lot of offenses that are more interested in running out the clock on the ground than they are running up the score in the air. Go Hawks, lay the 2.5. Third pick, okay. Hey, the Raiders travel to Tampa to pick them. I can't believe this game started out with the Bucs laying 1.5. Why? Because Vegas was worried about the Raiders playing on the road? Don't, because the 5-2 Raiders are 5-0 on the road this season. They can't win in Oakland, where they don't even know if they're going to live in a couple years. Are you worried that the Bucs have the home field advantage? Don't, because they've lost 15 of their last 18 games at the Big Sombrero. If anyone has the home field advantage in this game, it's Raiders coach Jack Del Rio, who coached in Florida and Jacksonville for 9 years, and he's so at home in Florida, look at that he's going to watch his son, Luke. He's all grown up, he's all grown up, and he's all grown up, and he's all grown up, and okay, we're back. Do I have a hole in my balls? My point is, he's going to go the day before to watch Luke, who's the starting quarterback for the Gators, face the Georgia Bulldogs. And what better way to prepare for a game against the Bucs by spending the day watching 2 college offenses? Take the Raiders in this one. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday Night betters. I like to call it going for 3 in a row. The Vikings are giving 5, for now, to the Bears in Chicago on Halloween. Wow, I know what the Bears are going to be this Halloween. Ghosts. Because between the fact that the Cubs may very well have won the World Series the night before in Chicago, or the possibility they'll be heading to Cleveland 1 game away from it, you've got to realize this team is dead to them in Chicago. Of course, there is also the slim possibility, this may work for the Bears, that the Cubs lose the series by Sunday, in which case there won't be a town to play in because the fans will burn it to the ground. But that would work for the Bears because that's the only way the Vikes will be stopped from scoring repeatedly on Monday night. Look, odds are they're going to play this game and Jay Cutler will come out dressed out for Halloween as the Tin Man because while fans sit there lamenting, he only needs a heart. Of course, in defense of Cutler, if I were him, I wouldn't give a crap about football either, considering his wife, Kristen Cavallari, still gives us all, you ready? A raging bulger. The P in pterodactyl is silent. People, take the Vikes. Those are Geno's picks.